Have you ever felt a flicker of déjà vu, or wondered about the roads not taken in your life? We often imagine alternate realities, different versions of ourselves living out different choices. But what if these aren't just flights of fancy? What if science itself points towards the staggering possibility that countless other universes, parallel to our own, exist right alongside us, hidden just beyond our perception? Welcome to Tachyon Signals, where today we explore the mind-bending concept of the multiverse. So what exactly do we mean by parallel universe? The term itself conjures images from science fiction, worlds identical to ours but with slight variations, or perhaps realms wildly different, governed by alien laws of physics. In scientific terms, a parallel universe, often discussed within the broader concept of the multiverse, refers to a hypothetical, self-contained reality coexisting with our own. The idea isn't just pulled from thin air. It emerges surprisingly naturally from some of our most fundamental theories about the cosmos and the quantum realm. It suggests that our universe, everything we can observe, from the smallest particle to the largest galaxy cluster, might be just one bubble, one island, in an unimaginably vast cosmic ocean of other universes. Think of it less like a mirror world, and more like separate books on an infinite shelf, each telling a different story, perhaps with different characters, plots, or even different rules of grammar. One of the most intriguing and frankly bizarre pathways to parallel universes comes from the world of quantum mechanics, the physics of the very small. In the 1950s, a physicist named Hugh Everett III proposed what's now known as the many worlds interpretation, MWI, to tackle a persistent quantum puzzle. Why does observing a quantum system seem to force it into one definite state out of many possibilities? Everett's radical idea was that observation doesn't force a choice. Instead, every single possible outcome of a quantum event actually happens, each in its own newly split-off universe. Made a quantum decision? Boom, two universes. One where it went left, one where it went right. According to MWI, every quantum coin flip, every radioactive decay, every interaction at the subatomic level causes the universe to constantly branch, creating an ever-expanding, unfathomably complex tree of parallel realities. In some, you chose a different breakfast. In others, dinosaurs might still roam the Earth. Or perhaps the laws of physics themselves took a slightly different turn. It's a staggering thought. Countless versions of you, living out every conceivable possibility. Quantum mechanics isn't the only field hinting at a multiverse. Modern cosmology, the study of the universe's origin and evolution, also provides compelling arguments. The theory of cosmic inflation suggests that in the first fraction of a second after the Big Bang, the universe underwent a period of incredibly rapid, exponential expansion. Some models of inflation propose that this process wasn't a one-off event. Instead, eternal inflation suggests that while inflation stopped in our pocket of space, allowing our universe to form, it continues raging in other regions far beyond our observable horizon. Like bubbles forming in boiling water, new universes could constantly be budding off from this inflating background, each potentially with different physical constants, different dimensions, or even different fundamental laws. Our universe would be just one bubble in an infinite cosmic foam. Furthermore, string theory, a candidate for a theory of everything that attempts to unify gravity and quantum mechanics, also predicts a multiverse. String theory requires extra spatial dimensions beyond the three we experience, and the different ways these extra dimensions can be curled up or configured, the string landscape, could correspond to different universes with vastly different properties. Speaking of extra dimensions, this concept offers another potential avenue for parallel universes. String theory isn't alone in proposing more dimensions than the three spatial and one temporal dimension we perceive. Imagine our entire universe as a three-dimensional membrane or brain, floating within a higher dimensional space, often called the bulk. Brain cosmology suggests that other parallel universes could be other brains floating nearby in this bulk. Perhaps they are just millimeters away, but in a direction, a dimension, we simply cannot point to or interact with directly. Why don't we see them? The idea is that most fundamental forces and particles are confined to their respective brains, like water droplets sticking to a surface. However, gravity, according to some theories, might be different. Gravity could potentially leak between brains, propagating through the bulk. This has led to fascinating, though highly speculative, ideas about whether gravitational anomalies could be faint whispers from a neighboring universe, or if high-energy particle collisions could potentially knock particles off our brain, or even create tiny, fleeting black holes that interact with these extra dimensions. This is the trillion-dollar question, isn't it? If these parallel universes exist, can we ever prove it? Currently, the answer is a resounding maybe. But it's incredibly difficult. The main challenge is that by definition, these universes are separate realities. If the many worlds interpretation is correct, the branches diverge and, for all practical purposes, become non-interacting. If the multiverse arises from eternal inflation, the other bubble universes are likely causally disconnected from ours, potentially expanding away from us faster than light can travel between them. If they exist as brains in higher dimensions, interacting with them is beyond our current technological grasp. However, scientists are exploring potential indirect evidence. Some look for anomalies in the cosmic microwave background radiation, the faint afterglow of the Big Bang, that could hint at ancient collisions between our bubble universe and another. Others analyze cosmological data for signs of unexpected variations in fundamental constants that might differ in other universes. High-energy particle accelerators like the Large Hadron Collider search for evidence of extra dimensions or particles that could interact with them. So far, no definitive proof has emerged, and these concepts remain largely theoretical, pushing the boundaries of known physics. Beyond the complex physics, the concept of a multiverse forces us to confront profound philosophical questions. If the many worlds interpretation is correct, does it mean every choice we could make we do make in some branch? Are there infinite versions of ourselves, some living lives remarkably similar, others drastically different? What does this imply about free will, identity, and responsibility? If infinite universes exist through eternal inflation or string theory, does that mean everything that is physically possible must happen somewhere? Are there universes where Elvis is still king, where gravity works in reverse, or where sentient teacups debate philosophy? The sheer scale is almost impossible to comprehend. It can feel both diminishing, making our existence seem cosmically insignificant, and exhilarating, suggesting a reality far richer and more complex than we ever imagined. It challenges our anthropocentric view, reminding us that our familiar reality might be just one permutation among an infinity of possibilities. Whether provable or not, the multiverse concept stretches our imagination and forces us to reconsider our place in the grand cosmic tapestry. From the strange rules of quantum mechanics to the explosive birth of our cosmos and the possibility of hidden dimensions, the idea of parallel universes arises from multiple threads within modern physics. Whether it's the constantly splitting realities of many worlds, the endless bubble universes of eternal inflation, or adjacent brains floating in higher dimensions, the possibility that our reality isn't the only one is a tantalizing prospect. While concrete proof remains elusive, the search pushes the boundaries of science and our understanding of existence itself. Are we alone in the cosmos, or just one universe in an infinite multiverse? The question remains open, inviting us to keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep looking up. Thank you for joining us on Tachyon Signals.